Hey everybody, it is Billy with the Motor City Throwdown and Be Tough, and I have something super cool for you today. I talked to Motor City. John Petrie gave me a brand new 2024 Canyon AT4X. This thing is legit. The interior, probably one of the best interiors that I have seen on any GM truck. Anything. It is super awesome. I'll show you, and I think you'll be wowed by it. It's got a lot of unique stuff to it. And then it also has a lot of cool upgrades on the suspension package. It's really good. And what's even better is that with all this stuff tucked into this Canyon, it comes in under 60,000, and it's a lot. So let's get into it. Let's take it down to the lake, man. I'm gonna take it down there, and then we'll do a walk around. I'll kind of walk around it and show you it, and it's super cool, man. Let's check it out. I really want to show you this interior because this thing's one of the nicest things I've ever seen. So let's just start with the door. And man, look at this. It's got this white trim, right? And we'll get into this other stuff, but dude, look at this right here. Isn't that awesome? Man, that's so good. But this is what I really like. It's got like leather here that's conformed right here that goes right into the armrest. And man, dude, that looks so slick. And then it's got carbon fiber trim all through here. And just look at the design of this. That is so great. And it's got lots of storage here, man. They pack storage in here. You got a cup holder here. It all comes with rubber mats, right? And sorry they're dirty, but it has these really nice AT4 branded rubber mats that are molded in like perfect. I've had some rubber mats in the past and they're good, but they never seem to really conform to the footboard area. And these are like tailor made. I mean, these things are like, they're just great. It almost looks like, you know, that's part of the truck. So that's really cool. What I really like though, this is what's slick. On this truck, they have this anodized looking trim that is here. You've got some red on the steering wheel stitching. That's awesome. But here's what's awesome. Look at these knobs. Is that trick or what? Let me kind of back up here. And it has the widescreen display that you're seeing in some of the big trucks. I do like this though. I like this slant out right here. It's not like the other trucks that are like straight down. So it kind of like, it has the flow of the whole like truck. And I'll show you something too, why this like diagonal kind of a like pitch right here, these angles kind of ties into everything, even some of the LED stuff that we're going to show up here. The dash is low and wide, right? By design, that's really cool. It's got a nice Bose speaker up here. It's got a Bose sound system that sounds trick. And then I'm going to show you these seats because these seats are next level. Look at this thing. Look at that. It's got the AT4 stitching in it. Of course, they're all heated and cooled. Steering wheel is heated. But man, dude, I just love this design right here. It's too bad that like you can't just order up any GMC and go, oh, I'll take that design that you have on that Canyon over there, because this one is just like so elite right here. I would love to have this on a regular truck, but that is so nice. It's all tight leather, all the controls right here. And even the center console, think of this, man. This is where you switch your 4-wheel drive right here. Isn't that cool? 4 high, 4 low, 2-wheel drive. You do it all right here. It's got that anodized around the knob. That's cool. The parking brake is here. I think I like that. You know, on a lot of the GM trucks, they've been putting them over here. I think I like it right here. So that's pretty cool. And of course, this has the shift down the center, not on the console here or on the steering wheel. And then, yeah, here's the, if you are doing some towing, this is the trailer brake area over here. And this is where you can dim all the interior lights. So overall, I mean, this is just, anybody looking at this, you have to admit, this is like serious eye candy here. And it's crazy that, you know, it is, you think about the technology that they're putting in here. I'll go to the back, but the technology that they have and all this to get it into that price point is pretty impressive. So yeah, we came up here, 4 of us, and not bad. I mean, I asked if anybody's knees were hitting the seats. Everybody said no. So it's not quite as big as you're going to get like in the, you know, the full size stuff, but still, you know, pretty good. You get some of that styling back here, some of that leather, right, that conforms. And then Bose sound system continues back here, and the drink holder back here. Plus, they're going to get drink holders back here up on the center. They're going to get their own air back here and a couple USB ports back here. And you're going to get the plug-ins down here. Pretty good. And of course, you also get the floor matting down here. You got your storage here. And yeah, super good. I love all this. Here's what's kind of cool. I like this, right? You say, well, what's that? Well, if you're putting 3 people back here, here's a headrest for the person in the back, right? That's pretty neat. But it doesn't have, you can't put this up here, right? Because it'd be harder to see if you're not having that. But if you have your kids and they are going to go on the trip with you, at least they'd have some protection back here for their head, right? So if there's one thing that GM's done, it's gotten real innovative with their tailgates, right? So check this out. They have a locking mechanism here, and I was like, man, what's that for? Well, it has a storage unit in the tailgate. So you can actually put gloves, you know, whatever you would need to put back here, whatever would fit back here, you can do that. And then you can see here that it has the lock right here, right? You just kind of go like this, and it locks it in. There's one on this side too. There you go. It's all locked in. You got some extra storage. Tailgate goes up and you're gone. Awesomeness of this, I'm going to show you, this is really cool. So this is the display, right? And it's a little bit different than like, let's say the Sierra, right? Or the big stuff. It's a little bit different. Okay, see, and you have to, by the way, some of this new stuff they're doing, you actually have to put your seatbelt on before it will shift into gear. So I will do that just so we can do this. So this bar right here is the RPM gauge, okay? I'm going to rev it up here. See that right there, how it has that angle? How it's like, just the design of it. And that's what I was telling you, like over here, they've tied that into the design of the truck, right? That it doesn't have these just squares, it's these angles and everything. But here, of course, you see your fuel. And okay, so here's something that I saw and I was like, what is this? I even had to call Motor City and say, what am I looking at here? And then I figured out what it is. This right here is a gravity display. I'm on this like steep incline. If you've ever been to Pine Flat, you know this gets pretty steep going up the, if you ever had to walk up this, you know it gets pretty steep, right? So I'm just gonna, there's nobody out here, right? It's pretty safe conditions. So I am going to give it a little gas and we're gonna keep an eye on that gravity deal. Ready? Here we go. Oh, that's awesome. Did you see that? Like I actually pegged it, dude. That's actually really cool. There is some subtlety to the design on the inside that I really like too. This camo stuff right here, that looks really slick, right? And they actually have it even in the cup holders. I thought that was a sticker and it's not. It's actually molded into the rubber. So a little bit of camo on there, just a little bit of accent, right? To make it look nice. So let's go back to this like red anodized trim. I didn't even realize, I just looked at it now. So here you have all your controls, right? Super sleek. I like it. Like, I don't know, it's got these like individual, like, you know, you got this bar here that separates them. This is like really nice. This is like, and rather than just having buttons all the way across, it has this breakup of these bars. But of course here you can do some controls of your four-wheel drive. You have your auto start and stop, right? You come up to a stop sign or a stoplight, your motor shuts off, and then you hit the gas and it goes on, your motor turns back on, you go. You can turn that on and off. Got your hazards here. You got your lane departure here. That'll shove you back into your lane when you're not paying attention. Let's see here. AUX, that must be, I'm going to have to look at that. I don't know what that is, actually. But this rolls down the windows. I think you can roll them all down right there with the push of that button. Dude, look how seamless this looks. I mean, you can't design that better. Dude, isn't that nice? Look at all that. It looks like it's part of the display. It's so slick. This is the best display that GM has. I'm just going to say it right now. I've seen all the trucks and I do like, you know, I love it, dude. I love the full-size stuff. But in my opinion, this right here is the best display I've seen on a GMC truck or a GM truck right here. This is awesome. Like maybe someday they'll implement this on everything because whoever designed this needs a pay upgrade because this is slick. So when it comes to towing, this will actually do pretty good. I mean, you're not going to tow like the super big heavy duty stuff, but you know, something like a boat, a bass boat like that, or like these over here, it's going to do those all day long. I mean, you're not even going to break a sweat with this. So this is perfect for people that want to get out there and do some fishing and stuff and want a truck that's easier to park and, you know, not so heavy duty on the fuel mileage. So here's a look at the front suspension. And this is not a truck that just has a set of like, you know, maybe like a low grade shock bolted to it, or, you know, this actually has some really high end shock technology. You can see here, right? It's kind of like got like a coilover system on it. And, yeah, it's pretty slick. I don't know what that plastic's for. Maybe for like, I don't know, maybe there's sensors in there. There might be sensors in there for bottoming out. I don't know. But I know that, I bet that is that. I bet that's what it is because, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I know the shocks have some sensors in them that will adjust to the road, right? So if you're going down the freeway, you might have a different shock rating than if you're like smashing over gravel or smashing over big boulders and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really cool. It runs perfect on the, like I said, the suspension on it going down the road is really nice. I haven't really taken it out and mobbed it. I'm not gonna go mob this truck. It's too nice. It's too new and too nice for me to go out there and mob it in the mud and the dirt. But I could tell you that this multi-matic system is like Really nice. I mean, I don't know what these shocks cost normal, like if you went to go buy them, but they're probably not the cheapest thing. But they are fitted on this truck. I mean, you get this thing right off the showroom with those things bolted in. So you don't have to go down there and get a set of custom shocks put on for sure. This truck comes with 17-inch wheels strapped with Goodyear Wrangler Territory MTs. It has some of that Durowall technology that they work on at Goodyear. And you can see here a lot of aggressive traction right here. You're down at the dunes, you're going to get a lot of traction. Or if you're out in the mud or you're out going through gravel, whatever you're going into, you're going to get a lot of sidewall traction through this thing. I mean, dude, check the meat on the sidewall on that. Isn't that crazy? And of course, the tread here, you can see is super aggressive. Here's a look at the 2.7 liter GM motor. This is a gas motor. Like I said before, GM is really ramping these things up. This is a turbo engine, I believe. I could be wrong, I gotta go look. But it is putting out a lot of torque. It has more torque than a V8 engine, than the 5.3 liter. So this 4-cylinder with half the cylinders creates more torque than the V8 engines. Plus, this is what's shocking, is that this motor will actually shut down 2 cylinders on the freeway if you don't need it. So yeah, imagine that. You're riding on 2 cylinders going on the freeway. So that's actually really neat technology. Now is the AT4X branding on it. It has some lights under here. Pine cone you have to get on your own. That does not come with the truck. There are some plugins back in here for towing. There's a lot of hooks. So really cool. A lot of stuff. You won't have to go get this sprayed. It's already all done. So we'll take it back on a little bit of dirt roads here. This truck actually feels like super good on the suspension side, right? And like I said, it's those adjustable shocks that really kind of do the trick. A little bit better than like a standard shock. And it runs really good, of course, on the pavement. And then when you get in a situation like this, you're not just like boom, 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 boom. It's like everything's like real, like cushiony. It doesn't feel like, you know, you're hitting hard bumps or any of that stuff. So actually tracks super good. I mean, it just depends, you know, a lot of this depends on like what your requirements are, right? I mean, if you live out somewhere where you have to drive through some areas like this right here, this truck is definitely worth looking at. I mean, this is way more comfortable driving through this like area right here than like a full-size truck, right? It's a little bit tighter and you just feel like you're wearing the truck a little bit more. I've taken my dually through this thing and I was like, whoa, dude, it was totally uncomfortable. I don't have that feeling with this thing at all. I mean, this is like, I could do this all day long, right? So yeah, track's really good. And it's gonna get a little tighter up here, but I don't think it's gonna be an issue at all. You know, there's a while back where having a 4-cylinder engine was like frowned upon, right? I mean, people, it'd be like embarrassing to say they had a 4-cylinder, right? But things are different now. It's not like it used to be, because it's almost like, you know how things get more compact and they get better, right? And that's what's kind of happening right now with a lot of the GM stuff. You know, they're not really putting a big focus in V8 engines anymore. You know, even though, you know, people think that, oh, V8s have all the power and all that stuff, but they're not. They're putting their technology in smaller motor stuff where, you know, it's more efficient, right? Because they have a lot of pressure on them to be more efficient. Well, the good news is for us is that some of that efficiency comes with power and torque, right? To manage it all, you know, with technology. It's all being managed with really high-end technology that's allowing all this stuff to happen. So definitely think about, I mean, like I said, it's going to take a while to get people reprogrammed into thinking like, okay, well, bigger is not always better, right? Because we all want bigger, we all want better, because I don't know, we just do. But that's changing, dude. And it's not going to be long before everybody wants smaller, right? And more efficient, because it's producing a lot of good torque and a lot of good power that wasn't there at one point. You can get one of these that are maxed out to the tilt, that have like crazy good suspension and, you know, crazy cool technology built in at a fraction of the cost of like some of the bigger stuff, right? That you may not even need. So definitely keep your eyes on something like this. This is the all new 2024 AT4X Canyon from Motor City GMC.